Hey everybody. Okay, wow. Thank you for joining us again. Once again, this is another Friday. Um I can never remember the name of the show. What is it again? Let's go to the wide. Mogg at midnight at noon. We screwed up. 12 p.m. sounds like it could be either. It's confusing. Anyways, today we got a very special guest. We're working with a new friend here. Because as you might know, last week we built the questionnaire, the woke or sleepy axis, okay? And so we needed a new person to test it on. So let me introduce you to today's guest, Bones. Bones, are you asleep?
Huh?
There you go. And this is a man, not the 2008 TV show. Bones, would you like to introduce yourself?
I have a tough time drinking fluids.
I imagine that's true. You don't really got things to keep them in.
I actually keep a salad bowl strapped to the bottom of my pelvis to catch the water that I might drink.
So wait, do you still get thirsty?
I'm bone dry.
That's pretty
Oh
good.
man.
That's pretty good. But no, really, is it like a Pirates of the Caribbean curse or what?
Uh no, there's no coin to return to get me my skin back.
But like in the way, like can you not be satiated or are you good? You're just chilling.
I can be satiated uh by I actually if you pour dirt down my gullet.
That's weird.
What do you like to drink?
Hmm. I don't know. I'm a Fanta guy, kinda.
What flavor Fanta?
Pineapple. I know. Wild choice, right? You never would have guessed it.
I always
Um,
thought that the pineapple girl was the ugliest of the Fanta women.
I could see that. We all got our own taste, but I'm not
Who
drinking it for the lady.
which of the 3 Fanta girls did you find the most attractive?
Strawberry.
Did you say Throbberry?
No strawberry, but strawberry
Okay.
is
God.
also a funny option.
Interesting.
So yeah, you want to I mean, I see a bunch of people saying stuff. Thank you for saying stuff. We're gonna break right into the question here. I don't care about which Fanta made you
Hang on,
horny.
what are they saying?
Ah, God, now I have to fucking read. Okay, Mog likes Fanta. That's fantastic. Mountain Dew. Well, look at these boys. Cactus Cola. Do you know what a Cactus Cola is? That's from Caro 30,000.
A
I don't
cactus
know what.
cooler.
Yeah, it sounds like I'm just gonna guess that's Australian. I got no factual data, but that sounds Australian.
I don't like Australians.
Yeah, I got no problem with them. Madagascar on GameCube says, so a sloth and a skeleton walk into a bar. It does sound like a run up to a joke. But
Well,
the
it,
real
it sounds a
reason,
lot better. It sounds a lot better than the closet.
I mean, somewhere. Yeah, we got a questionnaire. We made this, right? To gauge how people, you know how in Dungeons and Dragons, there's the like alignment chart where you can be like chaotic evil or lawful evil or any of that shit, right? Yeah, that's a head nod. Cool. So this one, where it's like the axis is woke to sleepy and basic to complex. So you can be complex woke, complex sleepy, you know, any of the in between. So we're going to test it out and see where you go, okay?
Okay.
You're just sinking into your own body. Got a lot of you're a lot of wiggling over there. Now you're big. You just
Are you gonna
okay.
ask a question?
Yeah, yeah. Sorry, you just throw me off here. What's your favorite color?
Uh, I don't know. Probably a nice blue. or a salmony red, kind of somewhere in between the pink and red.
Okay, that's a good answer. What's your grandpa do?
He's he ironically, he's also Bones. Only he lives underground.
Is he dead or is he just like a mole person?
He's dead, real dead. He died when I was a little kid.
Um, okay, and what did he do?
I don't know.
Is-
I tell you what he did do. He did drink a lot and he beat up my grandma and my dad and his brothers a lot.
Wow, in the challenging court of make believe, this is you've come with an abusive grandfather. I love it. Um, if you had to pick between the superpower of flight or invisibility, what would you pick?
God. Ugh. What kind of flight? Does it make
Like,
me tired when I fly?
no, I mean, do you think it makes Superman tired? Like, I'm talking just put your arms out, zoom.
Yeah, okay. Or invisibility. Ugh, God. Do you think if I'm invisible, I can travel for free?
I mean, like on the subway and stuff, almost certainly, right? But
Yeah.
sneaking on a plane might be risky because people will still be bumping into you, right? There's not enough room on a plane to really get away with it.
Yeah. I'd probably say flight then so I can just get places faster and for free. Not even for like selfish purposes, but for economical purposes. I would like to. Am I regulated though?
I mean, I'm sure if you started flying around places you weren't supposed to fly around, I'm sure that's not going to work.
What
But
if I've mocked a presidential figure? Do they still let me into the country without checking my Reddit history?
like Canada, sure,
Okay.
but that's the only safe one, I think.
I would choose the flight. Yeah.
Okay. That
Yep.
says a
Yep.
lot. I think that says a lot. Okay, now this one, favorite juice.
Oh, God. About that one. It's a tough draw between white grape and apple juice.
Okay, now, and keep in mind, apple juice is apple juice. It's not apple cider. That's important for this question.
Yeah, we're talking like you go to church camp at your aunt's house and I don't know, she's got this big spread and she's got some chocolate milk and regular milk and like she's made a full breakfast, but she also gives you the choice of cereal, but then she's also
Mm,
got apple juice and it's in a glass bottle. It's not like the plastic one that your parents have
it's
because
it's Martinelli's. That's the real shit. The glass bottle that looks like an apple. You know them? You ever have a Martinelli's?
I don't know, I don't speak Italian.
Okay. Well, they sell them at the gas station if you live in a nice neighborhood.
Yeah, where are you from, Mog? Almost called you
I
Mothman
was
proper.
from a normal location that sloths often come from, and now I've had to move out here because, as you know, Sean Hines, that rat bastard, ate my legs. Um, and
Oh no,
so,
can I see? Can I see what? Can I look at your stumps?
um, let me see if I can lift myself up really quick so
No
you can
pressure.
just.
Don't be embarrassed.
No, I can
Don't
I
be
can
embarrassed.
I can. Oh yeah. See, there's just nothing down there.
Ah!
Yeah. So that's because that bastard Sean Hines ate my legs. And so I had to come out here to the Lilat system to get one of them Star Fox surgeries.
Yeah, so them legs fit in that in your wheel wells.
Yeah, so I'm getting my metal legs soon. I saw I saw the ship for the first time. That was cool. So now I see that. Um, it's really cool getting a spaceship. That I don't know if I told you about this one. So, that everybody out here typically they fly around in R wings, right?
Okay. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Oh my God, I just disappeared. What happened?
Whoa!
Wow. You gotta watch out there sometimes. Okay. Sometimes you disappear. It's oh my God, my things. What the hell is it? Anyways, so I'm getting a new ship, right? So I went and saw, and I thought I was gonna get a normal wing, right? Um, as you do, it's a normal space class thing that people fly around these parts.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm getting the extra armored version, because I'm just gonna stay on planet, I guess, when I'm on duty, and they call it the hard R wing. Not even a chuckle, huh? Okay, anyway.
It was that was okay.
Yeah,
It
okay. So,
sounded
back to the juice. We forgot about the juice. So now the real question here is now that we've defined apple juice, you have to drink a full glass of very hot juice. What is the pick?
between my two favorites.
No, it can just be any. I just wanted to also know where you stand with juices in general and how temperature changes your opinion of juices. It's important for the alignment shot.
Okay, so I will say I've had hot apple cider before.
Yeah, and that's why we defined cider isn't juice. Apple
Okay.
juice is juice. Cider is not a juice, it's a cider.
What about warm juice? And how hot is hot?
I mean, like coffee tea temperature.
Okay.
I don't know how hot that is, but coffee tea temperature.
Trying to think, warm grape juice would be pretty unpleasant. I'd probably say a hot apple juice.
Okay. To me, I feel like, and Austin pointed this out, that hot apple juice is far too close to piss to want to drink. And I thought that at first, and then he said it. Well, I thought hot apple juice, and then he said that, and it ruined the experience for me. But it is good to know. Okay. Hot apple juice. Okay. Favorite utensil.
Hmm. Let me think. Favorite utensil. Bone saw.
Is that a utensil or a tool? But we'll
I
take it as an answer.
I would say the spork is easily the best utensil.
Okay, I cannot really argue with spork. It's a pretty good pick.
Ooh, you know what
Um,
else is good?
what?
Tongs.
Ooh, tongs is pretty banging. You can get a lot done with tongs.
Like eating somebody out.
Yeah, I mean, you could definitely include them in the process. Just get a fade to a small man back there. Huh? We do have actually a submitted question from Flute Cup the other day that can
What'd you
go
just
into the
fucking say?
alignment. A submitted question from Flute Cup. Um, you get
You can't say
$500.
that today. Flute. Dropping hard F's right here. This the kind of show this is?
Yes, we're 100% freedom of speech channel. Uh,
Comedy's back, baby.
hell yeah, we talk about flutes. You get $500 a day, okay?
Uh-huh.
Until you shower. You don't get to change the way your life works. You just have to continue doing your normal life. You can't use deodorant. You can't use perfume. And you get $500 a day as long as you don't shower. How long are we going?
Okay, let's think about this. Guaranteed $500 a day.
Yes.
Times 30. What is that? 15 grand a month?
Yeah.
What's God, okay. So 15 grand a month and then times 365. How long to get half a million? I guess that's the question. How many days to get $500,000? Chat,
I
do the
mean, I
math.
guess wouldn't it be 1,000 days? 1,000 times 500?
3 years with
Oh
no
no,
shower.
that would be 5 million. So 250 days? Is that right?
Is that
Let me
right?
do
That
the let
seems
me do the
pretty.
quick maths. 500 times I know maybe it's 2,500. No, that's yeah. It's 500 times 2,000. Okay. Yeah, so 2,000 days is $1 million.
2,000 days. So that
Yeah.
would be 6 years. I think I just need like 500K to a million in the markets to be able to live off the dividends, right? Don't you think? Could you pull could
At
you
least
pull
to really like subsidize your living expenses. Yeah, I don't know if it'd be 100% if you got like a, big house or something, but you're definitely not stressing a lot,
Okay.
you know?
So you're probably going to lose your job if you don't shower, right? If you work in a public space. So
I
this is
mean,
the
you're
only
good.
work you're
You
doing.
won't, right? You're a bone man who does something. I don't know what your job is.
I am a pornographic actor.
Nice. So you're going to lose your job if you don't shower until you enter a new category where I assume you're paid extra.
Yes, but the thing is, I am already quite famous, so I will start an OnlyFans based off of my already successful pornography career.
Hell
And I
yeah.
will and then I'll monetize by being, we'll call it, my OnlyFans will be called Stink Dick. And I will I will just fester, right? And that's a
Yeah.
tough job to have an OnlyFans and not be able to shower afterwards. But I will do that. I will not lose. I will actually gain an audience from this and pocket 500 a day. And that will mean I'll only have to be stinky for even less than a year. So maybe like 6 months, because I'll already be banking off of being a stinky man. And I'm already a skeleton. So 500 day, I'll make 250K in in like 26 weeks plus an OnlyFans career, and then I'll put all of it into the investing account, and then I'll take a big fat shower.
How long do you think that first shower would be?
I'm trying to think about the stinkiest I've ever been. Can you think of the most important shower you've ever taken in your life, Mogg?
Yeah. Well, so the first time I went to a major city from being, a sloth, I was grow up in the jungles, obviously. Um, and I met we did have cell phones though. It's an interesting jungle. You've never heard of it. Um, in I was on one of them dating apps and met a woman from the city. And obviously, you can't invite like unless it's a Jane Goodall type out to your tree. That doesn't work, right? So I had to go get a hotel room so maybe I could, meet this lady. And that was the first, let's call them human showers I ever really had. Uh, it's not like we didn't groom and bathe out in the jungle. It's just more like river, not like soap and, shower. Anyways, that one because I was trying to get down with some, beautiful non-jungle lady.
How hard is it to use shampoo without fingers or, you have only claws for hands?
Not that bad. Just imagine like the triple talon thing of a sloth is pretty easy to get by. Plus my hands are kind of also felt little paws, so it works just fine.
I feel you. But yeah, I think that shower, it definitely would not be a bath. I don't want
No, I think there
to.
would be a bath after 2 showers, maybe. Like you gotta get a layer of grime. Unless it was one of those like opulent, like ancient Greece bathhouses where I could go from like first bath into second bath into third bath and like leave them, until I could see that the pool didn't have a layer of scum on top from me entering it, I just keep changing giant baths.
Yeah, I think it would be like a shower with like an industrial, kind of soap and a pretty rough scrub.
Yeah.
I mean, a loofah that was like steel mesh, probably.
Oh yeah, no, yeah. Just give me that SOS Brillo pad. I'm getting this stuff off.
And then I'd probably dry out, wait a few minutes, and then I would take a second shower that was like a normal shower. Then I would probably do some kind of healing bath because my skin is probably cracked and completely messed up.
Yeah.
So I would probably do like a bath bomb with like some really nice like skin and soak in that. Doom scroll, watch my favorite watch my most hated YouTubers.
Ah,
Then
yeah.
and then I'll take and then I'll let that go, and then I'll take another shower that's like just a rinse to get the
Okay.
X off conditioner out, and then I'd lotion like crazy.
Oh yeah, you gotta. I mean, I gotta assume, 300 days no shower. There's some funguses happening. It's gonna be not good. I also think though, if you might get away, because I know you are a very avid walker. Maybe you get a occasional walk in the rain might help you out, right?
Yeah, I think the stipulation is that we can't go swim in a lake or anything though.
Yeah, but I
No
feel like getting
wash.
caught in the rain is like you can't help that, even if it's working in your favor, right?
Yeah, and then oh god, you got the mildew. You get all the stinky stuff between your toes.
Yeah.
Well,
Okay. Next
claws.
question.
Okay.
If you could eat a mythical creature, which one would it be, and how would you prepare it?
Oh, without a doubt, it would be a forest nymph girl with uh probably some satin sheets.
I like that answer. That's a good answer. Um. Okay.
Redhead.
Yeah. Well, it did that. I feel like maybe I just assumed that's how forest nymphs worked. The one I pictured in my
Nymph.
head already was a redhead. So
You see, the thing is, you don't know about me, Mog. I'm a nymphomaniac.
I like what you've done there with the wordplay. I can respect the wordplay. But is that exclusive to nymphs?
Mermaids.
Okay, yeah, yeah. Any redheads, you're just really mythical redheads. You're good with. Perfect. Redhead approved. What is the most sexual meal besides the forest nymph and a mermaid?
Are we excluding human flesh? Because there's a lot of
No, I
things you
mean
can
that's
eat that are inherently sexual, Mog.
yeah. Well, I mean I don't know your life as a Skrellington. Maybe you eat that commonly, so it is on the menu.
When your lips are your teeth, it's hard to go down south.
Yeah, but I
But
imagine you've got other abilities, right?
it's tough. I'm made of bone.
His
Look at
bone
these
is kind
fingers.
of jagged.
Nobody,
Yeah.
nobody, no, even even the most hardcore doesn't like to be grabbed by these mitts.
What about the back vertebrae? I feel like that is like maybe in the right slimy roller coaster, like a xylophone of pleasure, you know?
Yeah, when the ladies ride my back spine, it makes the noise from the piano in Mario Kart 8.
Yeah, that makes sense. Was that a special install? Did you have to, or did that just come naturally to the whole skeleton, being?
I basically just popped a lot of silicone stoppers onto each of my vertebrae.
Hmm.
They're constantly greased.
Do you think, as a skeleton, do you foresee any other body mods in the future to make life more, I don't know, malleable?
I've got some bad news for you.
Yeah. Oh my God, you need to come out here to the Lilac system and get some metal legs with me. Pop yourself in one of these R wigs.
It's a rough life.
Yeah, man. Who knew we were shared such a kinship? Did
We're
somebody
both
eat
like
yours, or did you just like lose them?
uh natural handicap.
Ah,
I
okay.
it's self-inflicted.
Oh, okay. Interesting.
I was cursed by a forest nymph. But the most sexual food is God, it's got to be champagne, right? Champagne is the alcohol the food?
mm, you know,
I'll tell you.
I think that's an answer. I don't know. I didn't consider liquids as a food, but I think you can go champagne.
I think I tell you what the most sexual food is. Not anything non-dairy. Uh maybe a light salad. Anything that
Yeah.
cuz I want to feel good when I'm getting it
That's
on, and I
the
don't want to eat heavy right before the deed.
yeah, there was a whenever Austin and I were building this, we did have like kind of a little like we both said like I mean the best thing to eat pre-coitus is definitely like a salad, maybe like a hummus plate, something chill. But
An
this is more
appetizer at an
like
overpriced restaurant, and
yeah,
that's it.
this category I think is more like food that when you see the food, it makes you bite your lip, right? Like you're like, I'm
Mm,
gonna fucking get that shit.
I can't do that.
Oh yeah, well, bite your teeth together.
Mm, okay. Let me think. God. Ooh, some big ol' biscuits and gravy. That turns me on.
Oh, what?
Big,
Okay,
fat, fluffy homemade biscuits
white
smothered in the
gravy. What
white
kind of
stuff.
gravy though?
The
Yeah, it's the
white
white
gravy with
gravy.
the
Okay,
sausage giblets inside.
yeah, that is some pretty good shit. We can tell you
Oh,
a skeleton from the south.
bust for that biscuits and gravy.
Yeah, man. God damn, now I'm hungry.
I'll take you to breakfast anytime.
Okay. Um, yeah, I know. We got to go do the calculations later, and I'll figure out where this puts you on the alignment chart. But I'm gonna guess it's somewhere around the woke, complex, slightly off the hinge category. We'll do the math after the show. You know, I saw new trends happening with the Gen Z. Did you hear that piracy is coming back?
No.
I like what you tried to do there, but you just ended up sounding like instead of a pirate, just a New Zealander.
I told you I hated Australians. Don't bring it up again.
They're not Australians, they're from New Zealand. It's a different country and
Huh?
continent.
What?
Anyways, the pirates, not real pirates. I mean like, music piracy, like downloading a car.
Okay.
It's
I'm
coming
down with that.
back.
I've got
The
burnt
kids,
CDs.
yeah, the MP3 players are like back selling at an all-time high.
I've seen a lot of videos of people doing like the phones that flipped up and slid up and you know disconnected and rotated and stuff. So let me tell you, I was a kid who had ironically had a Mac when everybody else had a PC, and I couldn't figure out how to put MP3s on my cheap MP3 player that I got for Christmas one year.
Mm,
It was like an iPod knockoff that you get at Sharper Image. And there was like 3 kids in my school who had an iPod. It was all the rich kids, right?
yeah.
And finally, I got my iPod knockoff, and I think I could fit like 150 songs on it. It was
I mean,
probably
that
like
was
four or
big
five
back
hundred.
then.
Yeah, it was pretty good. That was like 5 CDs back then, and I put all of my ripped Limp Biscuit onto it.
And just like, did you just walk around listening to Limp Bizkit?
Yeah, I'm
That adds up.
because I know y'all be loving this shit right here. LIMP Biscuit is right here. Biscuits and gravy, like I was saying, limp biscuits.
Ah, if that's the white sauce on them, I'll eat it.
Nice.
Yeah,
I will
thank you.
say, but that is interesting that they don't. And what's also interesting is they don't have a way to really get these physical files, so they're stealing the music that they've already bought digitally. Right? Is that what's happening here?
Well, I do think that a lot of there are still services that do it, and I guess part of it is like Gen Z is really getting into what, of course, they're calling intentional listening and just like intentional activities in general, which I do like the idea of, right? Like, I mean, it's the same thing
Yeah.
with like people that fuck with vinyl records and shit, right? It
Being present
making,
in what you
yeah,
experience.
and like part of the concept being like when you have Spotify, it makes you like a lazy music enjoyer because you're not actually doing anything. Um, but this way, like you have to go out of your way, like you have to be so much more, not just in the listening, but the acquiring music. You have to be more intentional about it. And you don't get to like, oh, I want to listen to a song. Whoops, I'm on Instagram for 20 minutes. Like that doesn't happen with an MP3 player. So it makes sense. But really, it leads me to my next question. If you could bring back something like that, like something that used to be a part of a day technologically related, like what would that look like?
I would love to be able to use an electronic massager again.
For like sex reasons or
No, that was
non-sex
a joke
reasons?
because I don't have skin or muscles.
Yeah, but do your bones not feel?
I mean, that shit hurts trying to massage these bones.
Oh, I guess
That's
that
some,
makes sense.
that hurt. Go ahead and put a massager on your skull right now, Mog, and see how good. Just press that
Just
massager up to
blast
your
them,
brain. See
get
how
the vibe
good
gun
it
out.
feels. That's how it feels all over my whole body. It's rough. But
Think,
okay, technology. I wish it would come back. Mm, I kind of feel the same way with movies and streaming. When you put in a VHS, you didn't do it with the intention of not watching it. I mean, maybe even back then we were doing laundry and things, but I was fortunate enough to have two TVs in my room as a kid.
damn, dude,
So
you was balling.
I had my uncle's old broken Zenith, and it had a green bar across the top of it on the bottom, and then I had a smaller TV on top, which is what I gamed on. So I'd
Mm.
watch movies while I gamed at the same
Oh,
time.
nice. Yeah, that's a good combo.
So I'm already kind of on this disassociation kick ever since childhood. But from a technology standpoint, I don't know, man. I think bringing CDs back would be good, mostly so they would be important, and I could handing somebody a Spotify playlist is
It's
not as good
nothing.
as
Yeah.
handing people CDs was a big deal to me. Like,
Yeah,
hey, girl,
making
I
a
made this for
mixtape
you.
for somebody, yeah, it had a lot more intention. It was very, very sick.
Yeah,
And
I got
also, it
I
was like the perfect gift you could give somebody, and like the real world cost was some of your time and 25 cents, right? Like, but it was
yeah.
still, yeah, something like that would be great.
Yeah, I think any kind of writable medium, anything physical is nice. So yeah, I think so. Like a
I,
CD would be nice. Just because
I,
I don't know if it'll be different as an adult because I'm a married man now,
yeah.
but that meant so much to me when a girl would make me a mixtape or I would hand a lady a CD and I spent the time saying, "Hey, this is how you make me feel, baby girl."
I mean, it was pretty significant. It felt really good. Um, I know
Have you ever
movies
been
kind of
given a
are
mix?
coming back. Yeah, I got a mixtape once.
What
It
was
was
on
really
it?
nice. Um, The Cults.
I still got your kiss painted on my lips, the touch of your fingertips, etched upon my misery, baby. And I got your face still painted on my heart.
Yeah, now we're gonna get demonetized. That was perfect. There was a Cults, there was the Cold War kids. Um, you want to give us one of them renditions?
You're talking about the CD I gave you.
Yes, in a way, in a roundabout way. Yeah, that's the last one I remember getting. It was a good
You
one.
make my heart warm.
That was. I still listen to those songs. I think I have a version of that CD as a Spotify playlist because it was such a like a. It was also a being a young 20 something, like driving around in the car. You know, it really was. Man, CDs were great.
CDs were awesome.
I know movies are coming back. I know. Well, I don't know if it's a physical media, but there is an interesting video. There's a YouTuber called Noodle, and he had a video about how um, the Matrix color grading is really fucked up on the DVDs and the 4K and everything. The Blu-ray, they're like really different, like wildly so. And he mentioned that a lot of people, there's like this whole groundswell of people trying to find the original film reels of films and then like digitizing them as they were shown in the theaters, not how they are presented on DVDs and such. And like I dove into that rabbit hole, and it was very interesting to see people like clearly giving a shit about these movies on a different level, right?
The best example I've seen of that is James Cameron's Aliens. If you go back and watch that, that is a deeply blue hint tinted movie. And if you go watch it now on Blu-ray and DVD, it's like an off gray kind of color. Like when they're in the labs and stuff, and you got the face hugger in the tubes. It's an amazing looking film on VHS, and it still looks great, but that's like just like the Matrix. It's like graded like ultra green because of its some kind of themes about being in a computer. I don't know.
I, I I think the Matrix one, that's what the main crux of that video is about, is like how green the Blu-ray is. It's like hyper green. Um
Oh, it's over green.
yeah, no, but like the original is very green and they made the choice, the Wachowskis and whoever the, cinematographer was, made the choice that green was like the ugly, like a yellowy green was the ugliest color and they wanted everything to be kind of ugly and like dystopian.
Mm-hmm.
And then on the Blu-ray, they like jack that shit up to hyper super, like it's green as shit the whole time. It's weird how the change in media like made such a difference to these kind of things in their preservation. You would have thought like, oh, it's just like now it's in 4K, cool, but it looks completely different.
I think there's an issue with creators thinking that they can go back and fix their mistakes when their fans think that those mistakes are what makes something perfect.
Yeah, I feel like
I
that
think
happens
about
a
Luke.
lot.
Yeah, like Lucas. There's a movie called
Yeah.
The Warriors from 1980 that Walter Hill directed, one of the greatest gang warfare movies ever. And they released it on Blu-ray, and everybody was real excited about it. And Walter Hill even was like, "Hey, this is how I meant for the movie to be made." And so we're watching The Warriors on Blu-ray, and he's got these horrible looking graphic novel transitions, and they're like brand new art transitions that were made in like 2015
Yeah.
in between sections of grimy ass New York City physical film grain footage, and it feels awful. And it's like, why are you saying this is how you if you meant for it to look like this, you're a moron, because what you made was perfect. Nobody asked for that.
Yeah, it's I mean, I wonder, I'm so confused about those kind of people. Like why did they feel the need to fuss with something that old and change it in like they must know these new graphics are going to just clash like crazy.
Yeah. I don't know.
And
I
no,
don't know if it's like maybe they're just trying to sell the Blu-rays, so they spout the
yeah, I mean, I
bullshit.
do imagine that's what it is, right? They just had, I know another example that was given was the French Connection. They had a release, like the Blu-ray 4K upscale release of it got a new color grade, and it was so shitty they like took it off shelves and redid it to back to the normal one. And they
Mm,
made like a whole thing with the director being like, I was there grading it, this is the way the film should look.
yeah.
And it was just not good. Stories of Asada did mention they miss CRT TVs and like how old games were designed to look good on CRT TVs, and I do agree with that. It's crazy that, at least that I've seen, there's not a current company like making them again. You think somebody would have taken up that mantle, right, and been like, you know what? We're making tube TVs, new ones. Come get them. Play on your PlayStation.
There's got to be a way of making tube TVs that aren't fat ass boxes that weigh 9,000 pounds. There's got to be a way to blend. Have we not come up with the technology to make tube TVs like, I mean, maybe 3 or 4 times as wide as our current TVs? I don't know. There's got to be a way.
Yeah, you think we could have some modern efficiencies in the packaging, right? Like, I
Yeah.
understand the tube still needs to be a tube, so it can't be a flat screen, but some of them back in the day were fucking ridiculous. Like,
I do think that like any gaming remaster does need a CRT smoothing filter on it just to look. But
yeah,
yeah, it's got to be a cost thing or a resources thing.
I mean, yeah, but I know they're like, I think it's Smash Brothers Melee is like really, really, really big. Like the serious tournaments only have CRT, like tube TVs to play on because it's, I mean, they say important. I'm sure it's like a millisecond, but like when there's that kind of dedication to it where that these tournaments are willing to like buy and seek out, and like there are, you know, really late stage tube TVs that are still people will spend like $500 on because that's
Hmm.
the best you can get as far as tube TV technology. And it's crazy that that's like a thing that's common enough and nobody's trying to fill the demand for it.
Yeah, I feel like that's a good Kickstarter.
I mean,
I
if you
wonder
want to
how.
start scheming, we can get into some money making here.
Yeah, it's easy. I got multiple ideas. I had an
What?
idea the other day where we should kickstart a company that made trailers for indie games for free.
Ooh, I like
That
that
like
idea.
I was actually going to pitch this to you. I'll pitch it to you live here, but yeah, it would be like if we could just make, if we could just get patrons that helped us raise like, 30, 50, 100K a month, and we could just have a stable of editors that constantly made and helped indie devs make Steam trailers. Because I've seen some booty indie trailers out there, and they don't know how to market their games.
Yeah, which is like really, especially when there's, single dev things, it's like hard to expect somebody who's talented enough to make a game for themselves by themselves and also be like good in the Adobe suites, right? Like that's a ridiculous ask.
Yeah, and to ask somebody, to have the agnostic view of what would sell their game, right?
Yeah, because they're building
But
it, making it to their own, and they see a different vision than what is actually the game currently, I'm sure.
I
um
s- there's a game the other day called The Farmer's Replacement that teaches you how to code and make drones. It's like one of those automation games,
hmm,
and the trailer is like a 17-second vertical slice of game. I have no idea what it's going. There's not even any words that say like code your drone to be efficient. And I was like, man, this guy just needs. And that's like an hour edit. I could cut him a trailer in 0 seconds. That's better than
yeah,
the one he's got because it's a million unit game, easy. And I was like, man, somebody just needs to step in and say, hey, son, here's a trailer.
yeah. Let me take this part. I think that's a really good idea. I think
Yeah.
we should get in on this,
Okay.
start figuring it out because I like that. And then we also get to be de facto taste makers.
Yeah. I love taste.
And I know I want to make it. You got any other good schemes we can stop brewing on?
Not really, other than streaming video games and hoping to God people play us to keep doing it.
Yeah, that is a, difficult. It's hard to call it a scheme. It's just like you picked a tumultuous job. You
I'm
think any of the
terrified.
new YouTube metagame stuff is going to help you? Did you see their keynote the other day?
Oh, with AI?
Well, yeah, there was a lot of AI slop garbage, but there were some cool features for YouTube.
I did not watch it yet. I do see that our YouTube tells us what content we should make. It recommends
Oh,
AI.
you got the inspiration tab?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Uh
pretty awful.
yeah.
It's been getting better, but it's still pretty bad. I see the inspiration tab on the Death Battle channel. Let me tell you, it's like it throws some hot garbage at you. And it also for some reason thinks our channel still is like really doing top tens big time when we
Yep.
haven't posted one in I don't know 6 years.
My we get recommend stuff like we stab ourselves in the neck with hot kitchen knives while playing Mario Party, or
No way.
uh
Not
top
really.
10. Not really, no, but
But the
also it's like,
garbage.
yeah, we play Mario Party with our hands chopped off and blindfolded.
Okay. Here's an idea. I'm gonna send my producer friend Sam down to you guys, okay? And
Okay.
then y'all are gonna each you Gray, well, sorry, Sean Gray and Sam will come up with a quick YouTube idea. Like here's a I don't know 6 minute video, whatever. We're gonna go do it, and then we're gonna film 3 YouTube AI suggestions, and then we're gonna see whose video YouTube AI or one YouTube AI suggestion, and then we'll see whose video performs the best. Sam, Sean, Grayson, or the YouTube AI video.
That sounds awesome. We'll do it. We'll do it live too. And that could be what the channel becomes. We are slaves to AI.
Slave Slop? That sounds
Yeah,
like a channel name.
it does.
Yeah, I think that's a fun idea. We should do that.
Yeah, we will. For
Okay,
sure.
good. Um, I'm trying to think if I got any. Do we have any other things? Oh, the one tool I thought was really cool on the YouTube thing is did you they got a new thing called collaborations. And
Okay.
so like imagine this. So the Hang Time crew goes and plays like Mario Kart with Matt Bragg, right? As long as you have to give each other like YouTube streaming redirect, you have to give permission to each other's channels to collaborate. But
Okay.
then Matt Bragg is gonna post a highlight YouTube video of that stream with y'all, right? And then so he can do it in the collaborations, and it'll say like in the title, where it's like uh, playing games with my friends or whatever, and then under it says like the channel name, it'll say Matt Bragg and Hang Time, and it will put
Easy
it
links.
in. Yeah, it'll also put it in the like it'll serve it to not just his audience but your audience as well, as if it was a video on your channel too.
That sounds pretty awesome. I'll
Yeah,
have to
it
do
sounds
that.
very useful for like actually collaborating with other creators, and like there's
Or if you
always
have
been the
sub
problem of like,
channels.
yeah, if you have exactly like I mean, I know, helping the guys over at Death Battle excited because there's obviously some like new things in the pipeline, and being able to post a video there with collaborating with like, oh hey, look at a whatever board game channel or whatever it might be, is like a really good use for it.
I have to do that. I got to do that. I got to do that just with our hang time channels and like Carnage Candy and stuff.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so it the thing I'm interested to see is if the they've already said that 100% of the revenue and attribution goes to the main poster of it. which is cool, fine, whatever. But I'm curious if the like analytic, like, hey, this video did, so many views will impact your like algorithm placement on the channel that wasn't the main poster.
Gotcha. That'd be fun.
It'll be
Well,
interesting
that'd
to
be fun to
figure out how
find
it
out.
works. Yeah. There's a cool, well, there's some else. Oh, yeah. There's like dynamic ad insertion stuff. There's some other stuff, but it's pretty interesting. YouTube's making some changes. Mostly AI crap, but there's some things.
I'm scared of AI. It's going to ruin us by 2035. But as we are artists, if we just keep our trade, we will be a novelty to be used by the rich.
Yeah, I do think being in entertainment is probably one of the safer places to be.
We'll find out.
Yeah, I mean, we're gonna learn pretty quick, won't we?
How often can I come on this show?
Whenever you want. I mean, we do it,
Okay.
And then we're gonna do filthy versions where, because Austin didn't want me to say super filthy things, because it's it's a show at noon. But so then we're gonna do Mogg at noon at midnight, and we're gonna be extra filthy.
Why is Austin like that?
He's just a producer through and through, just kind of how he lives.
Hey, Austin.
Oh, he's not listening. Well, he might be. I don't know. He might be in the chat. You never know with him.
You're a pretty cool guy.
You hear that, Austin? That's for you.
Well, I gotta go boom boom.
Yeah. I was gonna say, I think we can wrap it up there. I'll get your data back about your shot, see how woke you are. Hot apple cider still sounds like you're drinking piss to me, but whatever. You got to make your own choice in this life. Thank you for joining. You got any final plugs? You want to plug anything?
If anybody's watching, you should go subscribe to Hang Time. I've got a lot of people over there, and I know that there's people here that used to watch Screw Attack Live, and Hang Time exists because of that.
Oh,
And
Austin is here. He heard you just for the checkup.
And we have a drunk stream tonight where our ladies play golf and we drink based on how they do.
Oh, that's a good one right there. That reminds me, you need to set up hang time so that people can redirect streams. This has happened a few times now where we've had streams on here and the Death Battle channel, and I wanted to redirect. Like right now, I would redirect them to the Hang Time YouTube stream, but I can't.
Okay. I'll figure out how to do that very shortly.
I'll run you through it later. Don't worry. But we can sign off now. Thank you very much. Go watch Hang Time or I'll fucking fight you. Yeah. That's, what did I say last week? Oh, yeah. I got it. Enjoy your life and try not to enjoy somebody else's wife. Goodbye.